We've been unplugged for about 3 weeks driving around America, occasionally stopping off to see fun stuff like how Musk's vision of the future of transport went from this.
Tonight, with music blaring, a billionaire celebrates a big moment. Elon Musk says he's done it.
Finally, there's something that I think could solve the goddamn traffic problem.
Using elevators to lower and lift vehicles, the Hawthorne test tunnel, stretching just over a mile, is finished.
How his vision for a mass transport system went from this.
I mean, would it be incredible if you could travel around LA, New York, DC, Chicago, Paris, London, anywhere at 150 miles an hour? That'd be phenomenal.
Almost like an autonomous underground multi-level car system.
Yeah. They cost $1.
That costs $1, yeah, exactly.
To this. Prepare yourself for the future of transportation from the genius mind of billionaire Elon Musk. Yeah, looking more post-apocalyptic wasteland than future of transportation.
Tonight, with music blaring, a billionaire celebrates a big moment. Elon Musk says he's done it.
Finally, there's something that I think could solve the goddamn traffic problem.
Using elevators to lower and lift vehicles, the Hawthorne test tunnel, stretching just over a mile, is finished.
Hey, now if you're looking for a good book recommendation, maybe you can try out the one I'm listening to right now, which is Elon Musk. This is a biography about one of the, in my view, most impressive entrepreneurs alive today.
But I did other stuff like measure the size of the Earth. Why? Because I've lived on Earth for a long time and have never measured it. Upcoming video. And also stopped off at another one of Elon Musk's future of transportation systems to watch cars drive slowly across a car park. Are you ready for the future? The future of car transportation. High tech. It involves cars driving slowly down open roads. Hello. There you go. That's it. That is the future. That is the loop. Cars driving across a car lot to go down a tunnel which goes barely across the road. Visited the corpses of not one but 2 dead hyperloops. So, here we are. A $500 million piece of kit in the middle of the desert. And welcome to Elon Musk's vision of the future of transport. And if you can't see it, I'm standing right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of it. Now you might think, hang on, this looks just like a regular car park next to a regular roadway. But no, you're so wrong. You see all of these black lumps here? This is where the hyperloop used to be. Well, that's one way of leveling it. Are they still out? That's bizarre. So that one's mounted up. This one's missing completely. They're missing completely on every second one. And the whole thing is just bedded down on rubber. These things is where the concrete pillars used to be, and they've taken all the concrete pillars out under the cars, literally under the cars. It's all that's left of Elon Musk's amazing Hyperloop vision. So, even more entertaining, a Tesla car with security written down the side just rolled up in front of me. So I'm now going to troll him as hard as I can by gently running down the street, full in the knowledge that he will have to get out of his car if he wants to come and talk to me. SpaceX campus shuttle, entirely empty. Oh, I think we're done. We're done. That's the end of it. So, the end of the hyperloop. Just like that. That was now just a solid string of cars. And collected some trophies from their corpses. So I'm going to assume that was actually part of Elon Musk's hyperloop. And now it's all that's left of it. I did some weird stuff like collecting uranium and seeing just how screwed America is by global warming. The quick version, this reservoir supplies water to some 5 states. Like me, the water line, 2,000. So we're on the boat ramp basically. So let's see how far it goes down. And let me take you down a half or so mile walk from where the water used to be to where it is now. And just so you know, it was 114 in the shade whilst I was doing all of this. So I started in Salt Lake City and went straight up to Rock Springs and across to Laramie. Why Laramie? Because outside of that, there is a distinctive rock formation called the Vidavus. And from there, you can drive a few hundred miles south to the Great Sand Dunes. Nice, distinctive landmarks, such that along with a kindergarten protractor from Staples and a spirit level from Walmart and an old laser pointer, I could measure the size of the Earth. Imagine you're on vacation in America and you can visit 2 points north-south like that. And you can also measure a point at infinity, like, say, for instance, the pole star. And imagine you've done that at your 2 locations. After that, it's just a simple bit of geometry to get the size of the Earth. Why? Because I've never done it before. Upcoming video. Then I was originally going to drive across to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. Just because from there, on another measurement, you can show that the Earth is a sphere. But the bridge was out over the lake, so I had to take a few 100-mile detour south, which turned out to be quite an eye-opener, because it wasn't just dead trees from pine beetle due to global warming for the odd mile, but for about 100 miles. While we're waiting for the pilot car, it's just dead pine trees absolutely everywhere up there. So this is south of Gunnison, just coming over the pass. And so up here, it is 100% dead trees all the way. Absolutely everything is gone. Okay, this is after coming over the pass from going to Durango, and everything is fine here. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the different sorts of pines, maybe the beetle just hasn't got here. But everything here is beautiful, lush and green. So this is what it used to be like all over the Rockies. So I went to Yerevan to pick up some more uranium, and which is odd because last time I did this I found a note in my luggage from the TSA. This time I had about 3 times as many rocks, which were much more radioactive because I'm getting better at looking for these things, but got nothing from the TSA. But I'm cool with that because now I've got, I figure, pretty much all the uranium I need to make a ring from the mines that fuel the Manhattan Project. Well, okay, not the mine, but the locality where the uranium from the Manhattan Project was obtained. Uranium, just for the record, is not terribly radioactive. I mean, sure, it'll make a Geiger counter scream. Okay, so that's your typical background radiation. That's like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, that sort of thing. It'll go up to about 3 when you're on a plane. That's just the enhanced radiation you get from being above the atmosphere. And, you know, these are some of the rocks that I got. You know, this is going through the spectrometer, so it would be higher if you take off the screening. But we got rocks and rocks. And they're all fairly decent. And we got some really quite hot rocks. Just to give you some idea, this is the high radiation alarm is like 50 times background, which is still basically nothing. And yeah, because it's mostly alphas, you know, you sort of shift it a very, very minor distance away, and you basically get nothing. And this is another rock which I found was it's pretty decent stuff, this. And for reference, this is some orchonite, which I got off eBay, which is a like pure uranium mineral. And yeah, it's more, but it's not crazy more. It's only like, you know, a factor of 3, 4 higher than my actual uranium mineral here. You know, this is actually, yeah, it's 100 times background. But, you know, the background that I was finding when I was getting these things was 100 times background. Plants will grow completely happy at that sort of level. No problem whatsoever. Then after that, a little sightseeing going down to Lake Mead, which is now actually a pretty sad sight. Yeah, so when I came here as a kid in the early 80s, it was basically full. And only this little bit was stuck out at the top of the water. And the whole thing looked alien. Like really high-tech alien. Star Trek. Now, there's a tower of not much water. So there you go. Confident enough that they're printing up signs saying dry for decades, that the last time the water flowed through this spillway was 1983, which you can see it took quite a lot of water when it was overflowing, and it's down an awful long way. But the spillways, when they go through, it's just like they are immensely impressive. You know, they feel like they just would eat people. The mouth of a sandworm, that sort of thing. Just carved into the solid rock. And now, not used for 40 years? Yeah, hell, 40 years. 40 years, damn. Now, I'm sure most of this water is used for irrigation in 5 or so states, but this does kind of point to the fact that you're not going to be able to grow food in this area in the medium distant future. But this area is basically turning into an unfarmable desert. Well, more so. I also stopped off in Las Vegas where, yes, I rode on Musk's revolutionary new transport system, the chauffeur-driven car.
You go.
And I push the button. Yeah, super. Thank you. This is it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the future of transportation. The amazing crack speed of it all. I mean, you see it's going literally 150 miles per hour. But the stupid thing is, right, so if you want to get to that red building over there, right, okay, we're going to do a little hard tap across the car lot here. Here we go. Okay, we're on his tail. We're on his tail. There's the Tesla car. I can make it. I can make it. Down the tunnel to Resorts World. To Resorts World. And that's it. And watch them literally drive across the car park from one station to the other station. So you can see it's brutally efficient for... I've not seen a single passenger yet. Is this one of a passenger in? No. No passengers in that one. No passengers in that one. No passengers in that one. And no passengers in that one. Wow, it's an efficient system, you can't deny it. I mean, and 0 passengers in that one, and we are up. Counting them in. 0 passengers in that one. 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 And 0 passengers in that one. Wow, the world's most efficient mass transport system. Thanks, Musk. He's solved transport. And if you wanted a couple of words to describe what the experience of being on the future of transportation was like, kind of bumpy?
The South Pole.
What's
And I don't see any of the posters. Here I am, it's a motorcycle.
okay, yeah, I was about to say, and whilst in the area, I managed to put in a little bit of sightseeing. Then onto the desert outside Las Vegas, where the corpse of the $500 million hyperloop is. The big copper connections, that's for the mag-levy type stuff. And that's the one, so that's the one they've been cutting out. That's the one they've taken away for scrap. And already it's just been stripped for copper wire. Still better than Musks hyperloop, which was just taken away and thrown in the trash and turned into a car lot. Okay. What's left of the hyperloop is a wig, a glove, some pens, and what was Hyperloop 1, then Virgin Hyperloop, and now again, all looted, but everything of value. Oh, okay. So it's all like insulated and such like on the inside. Huh. And rat traps. That is, this $500 million company, which spent real money on this thing, is now being looted, from my reckoning, was about the $2,000 or so worth of copper cables. And the whole place really had a post-apocalyptic wasteland feel to it. However, this thing was at one point well built, and clearly, judging by the size of the cut cables, had a real maglev inside of it, which made Musk's special project team at SpaceX and their Hyperloop outside SpaceX's headquarters, that is his rusty tube, look like complete amateur hour.
From New York to Washington, D.C., or L.A. to San Francisco, in less than an hour in one of these giant vacuum tubes.
Oh man, this is a heavy door. Okay, so what if I told you that there was a mode of transportation that not only promised to leave planes, trains, and automobiles all in the dust,
advancing the state of transportation, trying new things that have never been done before,
could be launched down the tube at near hypersonic speeds, then boosted by linear induction motors, essentially making the tube a big rail gun.
So, the end of the Hyperloop. That was now just a solid string of cars. I'm getting major flashbacks here. That's the SpaceX site. And that's actually a tent. And to make it even more interesting, that's the exact same sort of tent that they had for the Hyperloop 1 thing in the desert. It's like a cheap canvas tent. Everything of value. Huh. Who you can see is starting to die already. Huh. Yes, America's rocket building program is being conducted in tents. Boundary. Maybe they actually do some stuff themselves. Looks like some sort of compressed air tanks. But of course, a billionaire who has just got a $56 billion pay raise will spare no expense on his actual workers. Like, he would never say, just have a trailer as a dentist for his contractors. Here you have SpaceX contractor check-in. And over here you have... There you go, on-site dental. Yeah, the amazing care of the world's richest man spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money. And what do the actual workers get? Dental, in a trailer. This stuff ain't hard to see. You can see it from the road. Yet it's curiously something that all the SpaceX fanboys have missed, like Tim Dodd on all his tours of all of the SpaceX facilities. But of course, Mr. Musk will be way ahead on installing electric car charging for all of his workers. Right? You can see they've also provided infinite amounts of charging for all of the electric cars that they have, which is 2. They actually have loads of electric cars here. It's just they have no charging facilities for any of them. And after the odd forest fire, yeah, this year it seemed southern trees were mostly killed by pine beetle, northern ones by forest fires. The difference you can mostly tell by how charged the trunks are. So, old forest fire, meet new forest fire. Even visited some old-time favourites like the solar roadway installation in northern Idaho. Okay, and if you're wondering where the hell I am at the future of power and road tech. I am at the solar roadways again. I've come back. As you can see, it's a big attraction. Oh my god, it does actually have lights on it. Not many. And, yeah, okay. So, we're down to, what? 1, 2... We're down to not many. Not many working. And, of course, I wonder whether they solved the reflection problem. And the answer is not really. Yeah, definitely not solved the reflection problem. And let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's hot to the touch. You can almost fry an egg on it. It's that sort of temperature. Not surprising, they're all black. This is just rubber. This would never survive on a road. It won't even survive like foot traffic. So in 10 years' time, this will be the only thing that's actually left from a $500 million hyperloop. Which is nothing, because this is currently all that remains of Elon Musk's hyperloop. That, I think, is a bit of a pillar from the, supports. And that is actually a rock from the car park Elon Musk's future transport became. And as for Musk's vision of the future of transport and alleviating traffic in cities...
Now tonight, he's unveiled what he calls a model, a plan to alleviate traffic congestion, not just in Los Angeles, but all across the country. More than just hype. He says Chicago, D.C., and Vegas are ready to dig in.
I can personally guarantee it's done absolutely nothing to alleviate traffic in LA.